Welcome to The Dinner Table. I'm Wade Luoma.
And I am Sean Ludog Lewis.
Today, we're going to discuss what it's like to be lied to.
Yes. How just unfortunate a feeling to be betrayed with a lie about spaghetti dinner.
Today's podcast is not sponsored by Bullet Bourbon. Bullet Bourbon. Holy crap, that burns.
And not on the way out.
All right. So, a little bit of introduction, I think, is needed for this story.
Lay the foundation of sorts.
Yeah. Sean and I met in 2007 or 8.
Probably 8-ish.
Around there.
8 or, well, probably more, 9. 8 to 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have been there 8 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
So probably more around 2009.
Yeah.
So we met around 2009. Our jobs weren't really relevant to the conversation, but we had a large group of friends. I'll just say that.
Yeah, pretty solid, close-knit group. Not much got by. You couldn't get away with much. Birthdays, hot moms, whatever.
Yeah. If somebody went out on a weekend and may or may not have contracted herpes, everyone know about it. Would know about it
by the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not Monday, maybe not Tuesday, but certainly by Friday.
Doctor-patient confidentiality was was a thing. Is a thing, but bad news spreads quickly, and people are more than willing within our circle of friends to expose that and spread the good news or bad news in some people's cases.
Yeah, maybe not. It just gives you a preface of the kind of people we're dealing with.
yeah, totally off subject, but yes, yeah, definitely.
Totally off subject, but there were no secrets amongst almost 30, 20-something-year-old men.
Yeah.
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 I think James and I were 21 and 22. And then it just grew, from there. I think by the time we were done there, it might have been 40 people that we were working with every day, like close.
Yeah. At one point, it was definitely up to around 40.
I heard they built a new building there.
Yeah, and it's not even on the waterfront, which is funny.
I heard they shuttled them down.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad setup. New building, it's insulated, no asbestos.
They go through that tunnel?
No lead-based paint.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
No tunnel.
All the tiles were lead.
Yeah, where's the character in this new building?
Yeah, it doesn't have it.
You're not creating stronger people if there's no lead-based paints or asbestos insulation or
if you go into the overhead and it's a traditional roof.
Yeah, there's
in New England, which is what?
negative something in the winter with wind chill and snowfall that falls faster than plows can plow.
Yeah.
Yet you're still there even though the rest of the place is off for the day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a holiday? Guess who's working?
Anyhow,
Anyway,
we're here to talk about spaghetti dinner
yes.
and
Um,
and how bad it can suck.
have you ever been invited to a spaghetti dinner?
Made by an authentic Italian mother or family.
Yeah. We were.
Yes.
After a long day. Did we work that day? I don't know.
I think we actually had the weekend off, and I think we were trying to take advantage of it. And,
Yeah. And we actually wanted to get out of town, even just a little bit.
yeah, still maintained in-state parameters, but good 40 to 45, maybe even 50 minutes away from where we were living.
Yeah.
But yeah, went rock climbing. Their indoor gym, closest indoor gym around the area was, a good 40, 50 minutes away. And a guy we worked with was from the area, told us about the place, said it was great. Not so great, but better than nothing, that's for sure. And then we were, very nicely invited to a home-cooked meal at his parents' house, who happened to live in the same town. And it was a meatball and spaghetti dinner.
And we were we were excited about this. Like, okay, the guy sold this as this is his Italian mother
Yeah.
cranking out this handmade pasta.
Handmade pasta, homemade
Sauce.
meatballs,
The whole-
homemade sauce,
yeah.
everything basically homemade, from scratch kind of thing. Makes it sound like it's going to be the best Italian dinner anyone's ever had before. Like, you basically got to die and go to heaven to have a better meal, a better Italian meal.
Yeah. And since the guy's last name was Italian, we assumed he was telling the truth, and, he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Little did we know, though. Little did we know. We were in for a surprise. It was, it's a funny story after the fact, but at the moment, when when you walk into a room and you can't smell any seasonings or aromas in the air of food being cooked, something might be wrong.
Yeah, when the room just smells like the room. There's a problem.
So the setting is, it's kind of central Connecticut. It's fall time, football season. Get done at this climbing gym. Invited over to this guy's parents' house. His mother's making homemade spaghetti sauce, pasta, and meatballs. He claims that the meatballs are the best meatballs in the world, and that if you don't like them, you're crazy. And so, I mean, with that kind of a claim, it's hard not to take him up on the offer of a free meal. I mean, a free meal's a free meal, but
there's expectations there.
Well, definitely, yeah. When you talk something up that much, it's you expect a pretty damn good meal. So, but if you could just imagine yourself and you just got done doing some kind of physical exertion, you're hungry, and then you're just, enticed with this promise of the best spaghetti and meatball meal you've ever had, then you start getting really hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And I think it's easy to say that, people see where this story is going.
yeah.
It's easy to see where the story is going. There's
Yeah.
a load of disappointment, but you don't understand. This is 2018. Damn near, it's almost 2019.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years after the fact,
And we
still were scarred by it.
we still tell this story separately.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, okay, just to describe this for everybody that's listening, anybody that's listening, I don't know if anyone's listening. Um, we are two people who worked together almost 10 years ago, and we worked together for about 3 years, and we went on to live our lives separately since then. It is now 2018, since about 2009-ish, since this happened, and we both tell this fucking story separately
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And we are now here together talking about this same story because it was just that insane. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, oh, she described it as so good. No, yeah, you don't understand. Like, we bought into this idea.
We were truly let down in a very big way. Yeah, so we're finishing up at this climbing gym with this guy who lives locally or is from the local area. We're talking about heading back 40 minutes, I don't know, like north or eastish, mainly back to where we're living. And he goes, oh, well, have you had dinner yet? Or do you have dinner plans? Or, I'm like, no, not really. And, so he then invites us over to his parents' house for a spaghetti and meatball dinner with claims that it's going to be the best spaghetti and meatball meal we've ever had. And it's all going to be home cooked from scratch by his mother, who is Italian. And so that basically this is the beginning of the story, ultimately. We leave the climbing gym, follow him to his parents' house.
And his sister also, like, corroborated.
Yeah. It's an odd, very odd, it's odd. I don't know.
Yeah. So we're not local to the area. The guy who we're talking about is his sister had also joined us at the climbing gym and had also made this similar claims about this dinner that we were about to have.
Yeah. Dinner which we were about to partake in. And yeah, I just remember we get to this guy's house, or this guy's parents' house.
It was like what would you call it style? It was like a New England style house.
Yeah.
It was like
traditional,
old,
like,
no
garage, I don't think. Maybe
Yeah.
there was one, but it's detached at the end of this driveway. But
wood floors,
yeah,
crown molding, the whole deal, like
Yeah.
traditional New England type
we
house.
walked in the back door that led straight into the kitchen.
Yeah, like people had lived there since the United States had been founded.
Yeah, historic monument there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember walking into this. So the guy like purposely led us through the back door of the house that goes straight through the kitchen. I'm assuming in an effort for us to see. I mean, the front door was definitely much closer.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, no, come this way. Go through the back door, leads us into the kitchen. There's and this should have been the first red flag, but there was a cookie pan with meatballs on it. And that's not how you're supposed to do a meatball.
That's not how it works.
And as soon as we walk in, he goes, "Oh, these are my mother's meatballs," and just take one off the pan. They're really good. If you don't like them, he said something like, "Oh, if you don't like them, then I'll eat them."
I don't think I don't think any of us took any.
I took one.
Did you?
I did.
Okay, because I didn't take one until dinner time.
Yeah.
So I really didn't know.
It was Oh yeah, it was rough. I mean, but I guess I knew sooner.
Just expectation is it means everything.
So if you want to base things off appearance, if you think of a really good meatball, you think of it as, being juicy, moist. It's not tough and chewy.
No, but it has like
And
a
it's-
crust, a little bit of crust on the outside.
Yeah. And it's usually cooked in marinara sauce for a bit. Like, it. But so these, based off first appearance, walk in, there's this cooking pan or this cookie sheet with what looks like basically balls of cookie dough that haven't, been cooked and sunken down and leveled out into a cookie sized circle. But these little balls of meat, and all they were, I mean, just looking at them, they were just these dry, small balls of ground beef.
Gray balls.
Yeah, gray balls. Like, oh man, retirement home shit. So
Shout out to South Florida.
Whoop whoop. the part of it that hasn't been wiped out by a hurricane.
Not you, Miami. You're still keeping it real. Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. But yeah, so this guy makes his claim. He goes, "Oh, these are my mom's meatballs. Have one." So I have one. I bite into half of it, realize that it's straight up ground fucking beef, no seasoning. It's dry, it's tough to chew, and I was just like, "Oh no." But for some reason, I still had hope for the meal. I was like, yeah, well, once I get some nice sauce on this that his mom's currently cooking right now on the stove, it should help it out quite a bit.
Meanwhile, I had no clue
Yeah.
what I was getting into. I got walked same way into the. I mean, we drove my car. We get out of the car, sweaty and nasty. We're like, oh god, we're intruding on these people. We are intruders. And we come in through the back, through the kitchen. And also what I think was an attempt to emphasize the point that there were people working in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, his mom was there.
she was there.
Yeah. And
I don't think she worked too hard on it.
no, I think his sister she broke off as soon as we got into the house to kind of tend to whatever was going on.
Yeah. Get her dad another beer while he's watching football or something.
Yeah. And I didn't have a meatball because I was like, oh, I'll wait for dinner. So I really had no idea what I was getting into.
Well, it wasn't too long of a wait either at that point either.
No, it was like we walked in and 10?
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, spaghetti sauce is done.
It was like his dad was like, halftime started. Let's eat.
Yeah.
So
then, then it's kind of, I guess, buffet style, grab a plate, grab a bowl or whatever, serve yourself. And so each of us do that. And I kind of, I loaded up on the pasta. It wasn't handmade pasta. That was definitely some like store-bought pasta.
yeah.
Not a big deal, whatever. I was expecting the sauce to really just
Set it off.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing I did notice walking in was that I didn't smell the aroma of any spices.
Yeah. No garlic. No nothing.
No basil, no oregano, no garlic, exactly nothing. And I was like, huh, all right. For some reason that didn't set off any warnings or anything. Served myself a bowl full of pasta, put some sauce over it with some meatballs that I knew were straight up just balls of ground beef. Dry ground beef, overcooked dry ground beef balls.
Like, not even pepper.
No, there was nothing. That was legitimately just straight ground beef cooked, and that was it.
And they were like, num, 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 num.
Yeah, they were, oh man. So, yeah. So then we're all, both Wade and I are sitting around the TV with this guy's family.
Watching like a football game.
Watching a football game, watching the local team lose or some shit.
Had you forgot about the meatball?
What?
That's what I want to know.
The meat.
Had
Oh,
you,
at that point?
had you forgot about the meatball?
The initial one that I ate?
Yeah.
No. I knew that it sucked, but I got more because I thought the sauce was going to compensate.
Yeah. It does, usually.
Yes, usually. So then we're all served up. We have our bowls of pasta, sauce, and meatballs, and we proceed to eat. And we're sitting there watching this football game with this guy's family, eating our bowls of spaghetti with meatballs.
Did he, like, I don't know why I think this. I might be totally wrong. Did they roll the TV into the dining room?
No, I don't even know if they had.
Or did we all just, kind of turn towards the TV?
We were all kind of sitting around the TV in, I guess, like the living room area kind of deal.
It was like a long table.
Yeah.
But I know, like, the TV was in there because the dad was super into it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember that. But I don't know. We were sitting around the TV eating not so great spaghetti and meatballs. So, right off the bat, I'm kind of excited because, even though I was told it was going to be the world's best meatball I was ever going to have, and I knew that it wasn't, I was still holding out hope that the sauce was going to be able to compensate. Because the sauce also was homemade as well, which I now realize was a mistake, thinking that, oh, well, if the meatball wasn't that bad or was bad, that maybe the sauce won't be bad.
Yeah, there's a trend here.
Yeah, I didn't catch on too quick. But my first bite of this spaghetti and the spaghetti sauce and the meatball, the first bite, I instantly realized that I had made a mistake. I made a bad judgment call. And the sauce was not really sauce at all, but simply just straight tomato sauce.
Like tomato water.
Yeah.
Like water with tomatoes in it.
Yeah, it was it was just straight from a can, put in a freaking pot, heated up and stirred, and that was it. There was maybe some salt added at some point, maybe.
Okay, let's also set the scene here.
Okay.
Myself and Sean weren't the only people there.
No.
I think there were two other people other than the individual's home that we're talking about. At least two, or maybe just
there
one
was
more.
siblings and parents.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't just you and I. I think there was one more
like
person.
Outside family.
Yeah, but I can't remember who it was.
Not part of our group. I think it was just us.
Might have just been like a
It
friend.
might have been, like his younger brother's friend or some shit like that. Yeah.
So, okay, it wasn't just like he and I and our friend and his parents and his sister looking at each other while we're eating.
That'd be really fucking awkward. That would be like, I was like, oh, geez, I'm never coming back here.
Yeah, but I guess it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't far off.
Yeah.
So we were like trapped. We were fucking trapped, people.
We were, the first bite said it all. and we both instantly realized that we had been tricked, that we had been lied to, fooled, whatever you want to say.
Would you say we had been bamboozled?
Bamboozled, duped, whatever you, yeah. And I just remember I was sitting across from Wade in the room, and after my first couple bites, I look up and he's looking at me, and I see him mouth, "What the fuck?" and I just remember like nodding, like, yeah, I have no fucking clue. I don't know what's going on right now. I think we've been lied to.
I think we've been lied to. Do we need to leave?
Yeah.
Should we get the fuck out of here?
We should very quickly, as best we can, plow this shit Italian spaghetti and meatballs down. And then get the fuck out of here.
Like, okay. We need to bring this into the realm where, like, it was so bad. Once we tasted it, we thought that we had been brought to a house to be murdered.
The sauce was made out of the previous guests that were here.
It was such a joke.
It was so bad.
You might have, I mean, it could have been House of a Thousand Corpses at any point because it was so bad, but they were so serious.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of goes to that, you know what you know kind of thing, where you know what you're raised with and you acquire a taste based off of what you've been raised with. And that seems that poor unfortunate Italian family was denied the asset of
genuine love.
Yeah. Denied genuine love, and as well as seasonings. Classic Italian seasonings, something like, basil, oregano, garlic, onion
Salt.
can be thrown in there. Yeah, salt.
But looking back on it, do you think like they were on some sort of low sodium diet or something?
I mean, regardless,
but he was so pumped about it.
He was. But I mean, regardless, you could still make a meal with low sodium.
Yeah.
That still has some kind of flavor.
Yeah, you can.
It's not straight tomato.
Yeah, not all flavor is salt.
Yeah.
You can substitute flavor.
Yeah. But oh geez. Yeah, it was so it was interesting. Yeah, so Wade and I did our best. We put down everything we had in our bowls.
I think we ate more than one just because
I didn't. I know I didn't.
I did because he was so pumped about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so guilt ridden. I'm just like, I have to. I think I ate 1.5 or 1.25 bowls of this fucking spaghetti, and I didn't take another meatball.
No, yeah, that's good. That's good. I remember feeling a little bit bad because I remember talking about how hungry I was prior to showing up, and then I had that one bowl, and they're like, "Oh, well, help yourself. You have as much as you'd like." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm full."
You know what, dude? I vaguely remember it's so long ago, but wasn't there bread?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't remember having bread. I don't think it would have helped necessarily.
Yeah.
If there was,
It's not even.
the sauce wasn't even good enough to like wipe up with bread.
Yeah, it's not even worth bringing up.
Yeah, it'd
Even
be an
if there was
insult to
bread.
the bread.
Even if there was bread and it sucked. Like,
Yeah, homemade bread, man. I was like, Jesus, it tastes like cardboard.
yeah.
Or, probably. I'm sure. Yeah, so a very unfortunate situation because it's like his mother, I wouldn't say slaved over the stove or whatnot to make all this, but she definitely put forward an effort to make all this food for us.
Yeah, and she knew that we were, she knew we were coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, she's going to put her best foot forward.
I would hope so. Well, I mean, so this family, we've kind of come to the conclusion has been cursed with bad taste. Or at least this particular guy. I mean, based off of what he thought was good, and then what his mother made, and then what he then, I don't remember if it was before or after, but he then took us to a hamburger joint. I think it had to have been close to the same day or something. I don't know.
Should we cut this off and then we can do another?
I mean, that's a...
Should we?
I don't know. What's our time running right now? What are we...
We're at 30 minutes. That's perfect. We're at 30 minutes.
Oh, all right. You thinking cutting it off?
Yeah.
All right.
So
we can do that.
we're going to tell you another story in the next episode of whatever the fuck this is.